because I want to show you. There he is. Can you hear me? Screen froze again. I want to pull up something for you. All right. This is from the Economic Collapse blog, and the title of the article, which was published yesterday, January 22nd, is "The United States is Insolvent." That's the title of the article. Okay, and the article reads like this. So we're seeing the pot starting to boil over because she's going to have to make some dramatic changes, and she's going to have to make some colossal size policy moves as her economic situation becomes more and more dire. She's going to have to make all that is going to affect her geoposition, and all of that is going to affect her standing internationally. So she's got a lot of choices to make. In this article, it says, excuse me, let me get a little water real quick. It says, you can call everyone for dinner because our goose is cooked. That's the first sentence of the article. No lie. It says, we are so deep in debt that the only way we can keep the entire system from collapsing is to keep borrowing even more money. Stop right there before we go any further. If you recall on the last show, I told you that the only way that the system can continue to go on is to keep expanding debt, keep borrowing. Well, here's the catch-22. Who are you going to borrow from? The global South? The global South comprises 80% of the population of the planet Earth. This 80% of the population of the planet Earth you consider as third-tier citizens of the planet. You call them third and fourth world nations. These are the same nations that you are covertly operating in, causing color revolutions, government overthrow, mass killings, right? Societal divide, war, and you have an influx of Western trained, funded, and controlled terror units all throughout there. Now, you want these same nations that you're robbing, raping, pillaging, and killing. You want these same nations to this is Rashid right here. He's telling me about trying to get on or whatever. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Yeah, he said he guessed the regular YouTube monitor is back and he does not want me to say one word. They have it out for me. Keep trying, Rashid. Keep trying. Eventually, it'll break through. Just keep trying. But you want these same nations to fund your debt escapade. And the insanity of it all, if that's not insane enough for you, the insanity of it all is that you threaten sanctions on these nations. If you don't follow what I say, I'll sanction you. Hold up. But don't you need my resources? Don't you need my labor? Don't you need my manufacturing prowess? Don't you need my allies? Don't you need all of us? Well, if you don't follow suit, then I'll wage war against you. Well, how against me? Well, I'll continue to bomb and occupy you. Well, bombing and occupying me costs money. Well, how are you going to get the money? Well, I'll go steal oil. I'll go steal gold from other nations, and I'll keep this charade up until I can't keep it up no more. Well, how are you going to continue to escapade? Well, I'll start borrowing from myself. Again, this is the mind of the crackhead. The crackhead has a dealer. The crackhead continues to go and score from that dealer. And now the crackhead has become more desperate, and this is the only dealer in town. So the crackhead says, you know what? I don't have the money right now. I'm down on my luck. I got a way to get this crack. He's not thinking clearly. He's not making any rational policy moves that will benefit him in his rage, in his fit, in his longing for that hit. All irrational things become rational to him. And what happens is the crackhead then plots to rob his dealer. Now, you rob your dealer, you take everything, you smoke up everything. Now what's next? When you get that fit of needing that fix again. So you're going to, now the crackhead, the crack dealer is no longer there. So now you're going to rob yourself. The insanity of the American government, the insanity of the policymakers, and what's more, we can't let the average person off the hook because there's so much evidence out here pointing towards the madness of society, the madness of the government, the racism in the government, the exceptionalism in the government, the hypocrisy in the governments, the double standards in the governments, the disregard for life and the sanctity of life and security of life. That you can just pass it off and say, I didn't know, I didn't hear, with all of these means of communications that were never available or possible decades ago. You don't get a free pass saying you don't know and you don't understand. Because when you want to know something, when you want to understand something, you put the effort into it. So just like the government is being plagued, the people are being plagued also. You're not going to get a disconnect now.